Well, welcome back everyone. You join me and Ben Davis here. Not the Ben you're normally used to seeing. Not Ben Eastman, this is Ben Davis. Different Bens.
He's upgraded his Ben?
Yeah, I've upgraded my Ben. So back by popular demand, it's another catch and cook. And as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of the video, it's a small catch and cook. Or ray in general, they're all the same. So I've caught one already. I caught one when it was raining, so I couldn't get my cameras out. So I'll give you a little run through now of how to target rays and what baits and rigs to use and what grounds to fish over. And then we'll get into the more fun part of the video on how to prepare a ray and get cooking. So stay tuned. Right, so for today's session, we got a 15.2 meter tide, which is a really big tide. So we're very limited on where we can fish. So we've come to Witches Point to target small-eyes, which are typically in higher numbers out of all the ray species in South Wales. And as you can see, I've got a lovely fish here. It's a lovely table-sized fish. I know, obviously, as usual, I would have shown reeling it in, but the rain was coming down pretty heavy. So I chucked my waterproofs on and reeled it in. But we've got the rest of the session ahead of us. We haven't been here for too long, so we should get another one that I can film. I'm gonna have to move, this swell's coming in. But anyway, next up, what I'm gonna do is talk about how you can target one of these to catch yourself. So we'll get on to that next. We'll start talking about rigs and baits. Well, we're just moving back with the tide, moving up on top. And Ben has got himself a ray. He had the dogfish as well just then. He had the dog, but I didn't film it.
Why didn't you film my dogfish?
I was jealous. So,
you went enough last time.
yeah. Another small eye by the looks of it. What bait's that on?
Mackerel and squid, same as
Same.
what you had yours on.
Go and grab it. Go and grab your ray.
Nice one, Mario.
A nice male. Whoa,
Oh, come on.
grab it quick, quick. There we go.
Shaking my fish off.
I'd never shake your fish off. It's poor hooking skills.
Oh, it is, yeah.
There we go.
There's lots of this grass and all the leaves and that.
Oh, loads of weed out there today. It's horrible.
Autumn.
You got blue weed on there.
I got
Blue
weed.
seaweed.
I think they're blowing, smoking blue weed up there.
Ah, smells it. There's a nice male. Ideally, that would have been better for the catch and cook as a male, but I've dispatched the female one I had, so we got one for the catch and cook. So do you want to put with that?
We'll have one each.
Yeah. We'll have a nice sandwich. Hope you got big enough bread rolls.
Big slices of bread.
Yeah, big old roll. Right. Well, let's sort this fish out, get him back, and we're going to move on to the side ledge because there's people set up above us now. So I'll bring you back in a bit when we got all the gear set back up, and then we'll get into the actual catch and cook, innit?
Oh yeah.
Well, no, the catch bit's done, so it's just the prepare and cook. So the catches part is done. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Right, so as you can see, we are now on our sort of final spot for the session, and that is on the side ledges. So we were fishing over low in front of the point, to the left of the reef, say. So above us was where I've done most of my videos, where I was with my dad about a month ago, I think it was. We've done a morning's ray fishing on there. And now we're on the side ledges, where I've also done videos in the past. So before we get into how to skin the rays, I'll go through what rigs you would normally use, baits and grounds you normally want to fish over for the rays. So rig-wise, typically a lot of people go to pulley rigs and up and overs for rays because they're more traditionally classed as, you know, your bigger fish or fish bigger. So if you're fishing a pulley, I fish a 4-foot pulley with 80-pound backbone, fishing a 7-ounce lead today, and then hook links. If I'm fishing somewhere like Witches where it's clean ground and they're not typically big fish, I'll fish 50-pound hook link, and then depending if I'm fishing more of the rougher ground, say for instance the Frog where it's a bit more snaggy, I'll fish up to 70 at the most. So that's sort of your go-to rigs, your pulley rigs and your up and overs. But you'd also seen a lot of the videos I do around here where I'm fishing for small lights, whether that would be Monk Nash, Witches, Ogmore Deeps and the Ceylons at Ogmore. I'll use 30 clip downs and loop rigs. And I'll use them a lot around barrows. Well, even for the blondes, it's surprising you don't need a big bait. So that's rigs covered. Bait wise, sand eel is the more of your go-to bait, but I find sand eel works, I find it's overrated. I find it works well as long as you're fishing over sand. If you're fishing over snaggier ground, it's not too good in my opinion. If it was me, I had to pick one bait for rays that I'd use for the rest of my life, it'd be mackerel. Mackerel's a lot better in my opinion. And I got some squid here, and then I got some nice mackerel there that I caught on the boat a little while ago. Well, they were the mackerel I caught in my video where I went on whitewater charters, reefing for the day.
Sounds bad, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, they're basically your baits. You don't really need to. So they're the baits really. Bluey also works well. If you're fishing for blondes, Bluey does work well. I prefer sardine over Bluey. I find it generally works better over more venues. I've gone off Bluey a bit over the past couple of years. So most your fish baits. But the one ray that I would say to change up a bit is a thornbacks, because thornbacks like more of your muddier, kelpier ground, and they do like a bit of ragworm. So for instance, if I'm fishing Sully Bay for the thornies, I'll use a whole squid or half a squid with 1 or 2 ragworms strapped to the side of it. And blow lug also works well. They do like it, don't they, the thornies?
Yeah, I like a bit of crab.
Yeah, crab as well, yeah.
Mackerel crab.
Yeah, because you'll find when you're cod fishing with crab and worm baits, you will pick up the odd thornies. So yeah, generally your fish baits is your go-to. If you stick to sand eel, squid and mackerel, you're pretty much covered anywhere you fish. And then the types of venues you want to look for, generally speaking, sand, as you can imagine, they're hugging the sand, they bury themselves in the sand a bit. And then the blondes and the spotted, you will tend to find them over the rougher grounds. Like Roos is a brilliant mark. It's rough ground, but it's brilliant for the blonde rays and spotteds. Same as the frog, Fonty, Stout's another one, isn't it?
Yes, stout.
Stout's quite, it's not genuinely clean. Yeah. True. Yeah, for going back in the years, Stout's probably the most famous for blondes, isn't it?
Yeah.
That and Sandspit. So yeah, as long as you're over clean ground, you got a good chance, and you don't always need to be a million miles out with your casting. And yeah, it's basically it, really, isn't it? There's nothing
I think so.
else to go along.
Nice long rigs.
Yeah, nothing
Baits
too
don't
short.
have to be massive.
No, they don't. You've seen a lot of my videos, like I said, with 3 clip downs, tiny little baits. Going back to that video with Ben Eastman on Monk Nash for small baits versus big baits, it just proved itself on that day. So yeah, I think that's covered. Anything else I'm going to say, I'm just going to be waffling on. So I think what we'll do now is start skinning the small light I caught earlier on.
Ooh.
Right, well, as you can see, the ray is now dispatched. Now, one thing you will find when you do dispatch a ray, because they go into distress mode, they let off, as you can see, a lot of slime. And you should be able to pick that up on camera. It's not the nicest. So whenever I do keep a ray, I always do them on the beach because it saves having the slime at home, basically. So to skin a ray, there's the same things as the dogfish really, is my skinning pliers. If any of you haven't watched my other video, they are basically like a wide set pliers with gripping teeth. You can use them to pull the skin. A blunt knife and a blunt pair of scissors. To the guy who commented on my dogfish video, a blunt knife is a dangerous knife. I'd like to say again, it's because when you're cutting skin of a fish with a rough skin, it's pointless wasting a sharp knife. And then I've got a sharp knife. So a round of applause for me for having a sharp knife for a change, nice and safe. A sharp knife for when I actually cut the flesh of the ray. So ray has basically a big gap around the head with no meat, and same around the tail. So what I start by doing is get my scissors and I put a nick in the, basically you got the tip of the nose there and there's bits of cartilage either side. And you can see through them sometimes if you put the sun up. So just go through the skin, I'll work my way around. I mean, you'll feel it like a natural little ridge where the meat starts of the wings. So you're gonna work your way around all of that, like so, on all four sides. Well, so either side on the top and either side on the bottom. So I'll quickly get that done now, and I'll bring you back to show you the next step. Right, so that is all four sides done. So there's a top, and then the two sides either side of the bottom. And then I'll use my scissors to put little slits down. Try not to go through the meat too much. I'll put, let's say 3 all the way down from the inside of the fish going out towards the edge of the wings, like so. And the same as I've done with the dogfish, just put a little nick. Sometimes you'll find it easier with a knife. A little nick just to start the skinning process off, and then use your gripping pliers or skinning pliers, grab that and give it a good pull, and do that on all of the ray, basically all the way around. So as you can see, it's quite an easy process. It gets easier once you've done a few of mine. Like I've done a lot of rays, I do keep them quite often, and as you can see, it's quite nice looking flesh in it. Right, so that's one side done. As you can see, don't look too bad. Same again. Neck down there. For your first time, the more slits you put, the easier it gets. So if you were to put, say 5 or 6, they're only thinner strips of skin you're pulling off. So it makes it a little bit easier to actually get it going. So you will find it's quite fiddly because, like I said, with the slime on a ray, on the rocks like this, it's not ideal working positions. I'm sort of knelt on the rocks and leaning a bit. The ray's sliding around, but at the end of the day, we're not in a kitchen. So it's not ideal, but we're making the best out of our situation we got. So if there's any professionals watching saying, don't look very professional, then I'm sorry, I'm on the beach. There's nothing much I can do. Right, so that's one side done, as you can see. So what I'll do, I'll get the other side done quickly, and I'll bring you back once it's all done. So that is the whole ray skin now, both wings. So now what I do, I get my knife and then basically just cut off either side there. It is a little bit gory if you're a bit finicky, you don't like seeing a lot of blood and guts, but like I said before, when you're taking fish for the table, you can't be too afraid of getting a bit bloody and a bit of guts everywhere. It's all part of the game. So there we are, there's one wing off. And you can see there is a lot of slime. So if you do decide to keep a ray, I would definitely not advise doing it at home, because you will not be happy with yourself. Trust me, I've been there, I've made that mistake. Always do it on the beach or boat, wherever you were fishing. And if they're rays of a decent size, like say you keep a decent sized blonde ray, you can take the cheeks out, but on a ray of this size, it's not really worth it. But there is the remains. So we're going to chuck him in the water to get all the crabs feeding. So well, I'm just going to clean off a bit of the skin that's on there, like so. A little bit on there. And then we have 2 small-eyed wings. So I'm going to go get these cleaned off now and then bring you back for the cooking, because I'm actually getting hungry because I'm a big fan of ray. So let's get on with it. Right, so I got them cleaned off now, and as you can see, they're looking mighty fine, if I say so. So if any of you don't know, rays are the same as a shark species where they don't have any bones, just cartilage. So you'll have one flat piece running down sort of the insides of the wings, and then going through the centre, there's loads of strips of cartilage all stuck together, which will make the wings up, and then there's meat either side. You can just cook that whole. I've done it before where I've basically cut that into long strips and fried it, roasted it, and it's turned out amazing every time. But what I'm going to do just for the cooking of today, because it's quite thick and it's going to take a little while to cook, I'm just going to basically take a piece of meat off of one side of it. I'm not going to cook it all, obviously I'm going to take some home. So also the bottom side of the ray, it's a bit thinner from the edge of the meat to the cartilage compared to the top. Please don't ask me why, because I have no idea. If any of you do know, drop it in the comments. So I have given this a little bit of a rocker clean off with some water and a brush. What I do keep in my box is a little sort of scrubber. Just I've started doing that at the end of the session. I'll get my knives and scissors in my cooler box, give all a good scrub off, and your hands, it keeps it nice and clean, walking back and everything. So I don't normally do this, so it's not the best way of doing it, but I just, for the purpose of this video, just to make it cook a bit easier and quicker, I'm just gonna run my knife down the sort of, look at it moving, look, the nerves in that. And this ray's been dead for probably about an hour now, believe it or not. So if you run your knife along the top there, and you'll feel the cartilage, try not to cut through it because cartilage is very soft if you haven't dealt with it before. And then, like I said, I'm not going to do a whole side. That'll be enough for now, just for the purpose of the video. And then just run, following the cartilage all the way down. I'm just going to cut a piece off there, like so. And you can sort of see there the strands, as you sort of pull it a little bit, they all come apart. So I'm going to do a couple of these now, and I'll get the cooker out and we'll get cooking. So same as my last video, just use my little cheapy cooker from Grow Outdoors, and they are absolutely brilliant, I will say. They are, for £15, they are really good. If any of you are looking for like a lightweight cooker that's nice and stable, as I said stable, I just realised I want a ledge, flat sloping ledge. What can I put underneath that? A rag. A nice flammable rag next to a cooker. We ain't Gordon Ramsay, so it's fine. We'll keep close to it. There we go. So I'm just going to put some oil in that pan. Let's give that a brush off. Just put some olive oil in there. Let that heat up, and then we'll slide in those lovely ray wings. While we're waiting for that oil to heat up to start cooking the ray, we're in a lovely pout in. That's a big old pout.
It is.
Proper flobber.
I've had a big pouting like this for ages.
Hey, you don't get many, do you?
No.
Was that on sand eel?
Yeah, small bit of sand eel.
Lovely.
A size 4 hook.
Beautiful.
Looks like conger bait to
Yeah,
me.
a couple of conger baits there, innit?
Oh yes.
Right, well, the oil has reached its nice high temperature, so we're gonna chuck in the nice bits of small-eyed ray off a Witch's Point. And like I've said before, obviously being on a beach is not ideal. It's on a bit of a slope, all the oil's pouring to the one side, so it's, if you do it yourself on the beach, just keep playing with it, keep moving it round to keep the heat consistent over the whole bits of fish. So, let's put some salt and pepper on them as well.
So would you recommend red wine or white wine with small eyes?
I'm not a wine guy myself, but from what I've heard, white wine with fish is better.
White wine, is it?
White wine apparently.
I think it's like a South African or Spanish or Italian?
Greek.
Greek.
Bit of salt in them as well. Obviously, as well with fish, lemon goes well. I'm not a massive fan of lemon. I do get hated on for that because obviously being Greek, all my family are like, but if any of you don't know, a lot of Greeks love lemon. Pretty much 99.9%. So not being a massive lemon fan, I'm a bit of a letdown for the family, so it is what it is. So that looks lovely. One thing we were just talking about, look at that for a scene to be cooking on while you're fishing. A lovely evening. And we were saying how it's so mild, isn't it?
Oh, it's really. Can't believe it's November.
It's the 5th of November today, and I'm in my polo shirt.
5th or the 6th?
Fun?
The 5th or the 6th?
I'm not sure. I think it's the 5th.
Fireworks night last month, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, usually fireworks night is hat, scarf, gloves,
Yeah, that's it.
coat. That's he wearing it in a t-shirt.
Well, the fish is pretty much ready now. But while we're waiting for it to cook up its last little bit, Ben had a lovely rattle on his scratching rig. So with a bit of joy, he might have another fish on there. Maybe another big pouting. He's got some small hooks fairly close in. And if he has another chunky pouting, I'm gonna have to stick one up there, I think. What's he got? Oh, another pouting. Nice. It's not a bad one as well.
Oh, it's twin.
Well, guys, now the fish is ready, we'll taste it up now. And then I'm going to get some small hooks out there because I love some pouting. Look at the size of that one.
Yeah.
Not quite as big as the last one, but still a good size pouting. By any standards,
Yeah,
really, isn't it? Off the beach.
Beautiful.
Nice, man. That's a few, we've had small lights, dogfish,
Doggies.
doggies, good old doggies. I had a whiting, I had a little gurnard earlier on, which I kept in the pool for the tank. And as we moved up with the tide, I completely forgot about it and obviously got away.
Oh, you had a white in, didn't you?
Yeah, I had that whiting as well. That got away.
The ruffle.
I kept it because Ben wanted to chuck one out live, see if he can get himself a bass.
Definitely.
Nice bass, innit? Well, let's try this fish. Right, so the ray is cooled down enough where we can actually eat it now. Ben's not a fish lover.
I love fishing, but I don't like eating fish.
So that's
reckon?
lovely and
Shall I try
crispy.
some?
I'm gonna try a little bit. That is very nice.
Is it?
I love ray. It's not fishy.
Not fishy.
No,
It's like in between chicken and fish.
it is. It is. It's got that texture to it. Try a bit of the crispier stuff by there.
That's not bad at all.
I'm happy with that. I'll take that.
Oh, that's a good bit.
Yeah, that bit there would be good. It'd be all crispy. Is that good? I kind of want to cook the rest of it. I'm quite hungry. That is,
Do you know what? That is really good.
for someone who doesn't normally like eating fish.
That's tasty.
Yeah?
But not fishy.
No, it's not fishy at all. Dogfish is a bit more, but ray generally, it's not that bad.
That'll be good. I like that. That's brilliant.
I'm happy.
It surprised me how good it is.
Drop it on the floor.
Why would you waste it? Why would you do that?
I have to catch another one now. But that is amazing.
Small eye's good. I'll leave you to the pouting though. I don't fancy pouting.
I'm gonna do a pouting, catch and cook another time. If you like eating cod and whiting, you love pouting, it's exactly the same. It's just you don't get a massive amount of meat off of it because it's not generally a big fish. But you'll find sometimes a smaller fish, it's nicer to eat. But nice and crispy.
So much better than what I thought it'd be.
Yeah?
I'll have some more.
Yeah, man. Well, so this video is pretty much over now. So we're gonna carry on fishing for a bit. Basically, I didn't bring a headlamp and the sun's setting. So it's a bit awkward really. So I think we're gonna fish on because there's a few fish around. I just reeled in a dogfish while I was waiting for that to cool down. And I've got a bite on my right hand rod. So I'm gonna finish this bit of ray and bring you back to have a look at the,
Right.
hopefully another ray. I'm gonna finish a ray to reel in a ray. So yeah. Bon appetit. Yeah. If we catch anything worth showing, I'll bring you back. But generally speaking, the video's over.
It's buttery, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll put a bit of oil, the olive oil helps.
Yeah.
I prefer olive oil for fish than butter.
Not fishy whatsoever.
No. Not like something, like mackerel's quite fishy and oily.
Smoked mackerel's brilliant.
Yeah.
Fresh on the barbecue, or is it still twitching?
Yeah.
Oh.
Still on the feathers.
Yeah, still on the feathers, yeah.
But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. But obviously the video's not completely over because we're still fishing. I've got a fish on my right hand rod, so I'm gonna sit back and eat this and I'll bring you back shortly to see what we got on there. So I had a bite on my right hand rod earlier on, so we'll see if there's anything on there. I think it just went a bit slack. I wasn't really paying attention because it was when I was cooking the fish. Yeah, there's a fish on there. Don't feel particularly big. It's not really doing a lot, but it's a fish. What do you reckon it's going to be?
Hopefully another small line.
Or a spotty?
I got bits of it in my teeth. I'm like, What's better then? Spotted ray, small-eyed ray, or blonde ray? Or thorny?
Spotties are probably my favourite, but they're smaller, so I just wait till you get a bigger one. But generally speaking, small eyes. They're easy to skin because you haven't got that many thorns on them. Blondes most of the time.
Have you wet a stingray?
I got it was on slack. I haven't eaten a stingray, no. I will though. No, dog in it. No, dog. I got a dogfish, look. What a beauty.
I just seen his belly, I thought it was a bit of silver.
I wish it was a white, that'd be a lovely whiting.
Oh yeah. That's a big pouting.
Well, I thought I was reeling in my rod when I reeled that dogfish in. Would you mind unhooking said dogfish?
Sure.
Because I don't want to leave it on the floor because I know animal cruelty, health and safety and all that jazz.
Get the dog warden out.
Yeah, I thought I was reeling in my small hooks, but it wasn't. It went really slack and Ben was holding it and it would give a decent bite, so you might have a pouting, a nice chunky pouting. There he's going.
Where's he going?
Into us because we've hooked it. I've got it, I think. Yeah, we got it. These pouting, fight hard, guys. Make sure you set your drag. No, keep nice.
Get the gaff.
Yeah, get the gaff. Get the spear gun. You're staying deep, look.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's a lovely pouting. Look at that boy.
Look at that.
First class pouting. Let's give you a closer look. There we go, look. A lovely pouting on my little thread clip downs with circle hook. There, look, bit of sand eel. Sand eel is a brilliant bait for pouting. They absolutely love it. Same as whiting, they all love it. So we'll unhook him, get him in the pool, get that rod straight back out there and see how many we can catch. Well, we are all done pretty much for another session. We got a couple rods out there now. We're gonna have a couple more casts because we're catching a few whiting and pouting. And almost falling over, look. But I'm happy that Ben liked the ray. For someone who doesn't really like eating fish, it's quite better than what he thought, you said.
I did bring an egg and bacon sandwich just for backup, but that's untouched in the box.
That's a good sign. Small egg's better than sausage and bacon.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say sausage and bacon or sausage and egg?
Egg and bacon.
Egg and bacon. But that says a lot, actually. So yeah.
So when I'm hungover on a Sunday morning, I think it's going to be small-eyed ray instead of like sausage, egg and bacon.
You have your small-eyed, beans,
Yeah.
fried bread.
with the hash browns.
Yeah. But no, it's good eating, and it's a nice fish for the people that aren't a massive fish eater because it's not fishy. Like mackerel, for instance, or salmon, it's being oily, it's quite fishy. So ray's a brilliant one for that. They're not that much of a hassle to skin. You can pick them up in most supermarkets nowadays, they sell them quite often. And any fishmongers. So yeah, well, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any more suggestions for anything else, drop in the comments below. And yeah, for me and Ben, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.